stretch there offensively. It seemed like you guys had a lot of tough shots.
Yeah. We just really never got a flow in the fourth quarter. I thought the end of the third quarter really hurt us. 2 minutes, 40 seconds, we up 11. They go on a 14-0 run, turn the tide on us. And then from that point, it was just kind of, we was in scramble mode, trying to get back in it, and we did. But just too many tough looks. I thought we lost our trust a little bit in the pass, in the fourth quarter. Stopped passing it, started chasing matchups, which was great. We was getting them and then just kind of standing and watching the ISO, which is not how we like to play, But we gave ourselves an opportunity, we gave ourselves a chance, and just couldn't get over the hump.
Chauncey, you said on the road trip in Dallas, you were a little hesitant to throw that double team at Luka late in the fourth quarter. Final 4 minutes, going to catch it up. You threw the home trap and press up on KD. How did you think that the guys kind of reacted and dealt with KD?
Yeah, I thought we did a good job of it, to be honest with you. There was a couple times that we allowed ourselves to get pinned in on the rotation guy to the corner. And, that buys that guy a second, and they hit a couple big corner three-point shots on that. But I felt like, when you're in those situations, you're wanting to make sure that the best player don't make those shots. So I thought we did a good job with our fires.
Was the final play, was that just a lob to the rim and anyone trying to get to it? Or?
Yeah, .1. I mean, you got no shot.
Actually, the .7 one.
Yeah. I thought, got a pretty good look on him, but the timing was off, on the play. By the time the pass got there, it wasn't open anymore, But, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Chauncey, what did Ben Simmons do to you guys defensively? It seemed like he was kind of bothering Dame, keeping him from getting to spots a little bit.
Yeah, Ben I've always said this. I think he's one of the best defenders in the game. I really do. Very versatile. He's big and strong, and he can move, So I thought he bothered a lot of our actions. He's really good at shooting the gap, closing the distance, But I thought we was okay there because they switched everything, so we was able to get them switched off at certain times, and we was able to get them switched off at certain times. We just didn't capitalize when we did that.
You had Josh go hack a man a little bit a couple of times near the end. Is that when you kind of make that choice? Is that why you go that way?
Well, I felt like we wanted to, one, break their rhythm, and two, Ben is struggling from the free throw line. And if it wasn't him, it was going to be Claxton. So I was upset at halftime because we go into the game saying they got two guys that are very poor from the free throw line. If they get anywhere around the basket, make them earn it. Well, Claxton was 4 for 5 in the first half, and Ben Simmons was 4 for 4. Neither one of them shoot jumpers. So how does that happen? We got to be locked in. We get a chance to foul it, make them earn it. So we did a better job about it in the second half, but by that time, these guys are in a pretty decent rhythm.
How are you determining how you Shane as far as playing time when you go back with how long you stay?
It's all feel, man. It's all feel. What's going on with the game? I thought Shaden was really good for us tonight. He's still kind of learning, our plays, the timing of the plays, everything is just so new. So what happens a lot of times is, I'm on him about, you need to learn the plays inside and out, 2 or 3 different positions, because if you don't, I gotta sit you down. I can't have somebody out there that doesn't quite know it all yet. And that's a tough thing, for him to know those things. But that's just something that we got to keep working on. But I thought Shaden gave us an incredible boost tonight.
So good in the first half, but second half you didn't really go back to him that much.
Mm-hmm.
Was that just because the experience factor?
Yeah, in the game, I thought that they made a couple adjustments on him, and he didn't quite adjust as fast, as he could have to it, which is understandable. But when those things happen, I got to identify that, and I got to make decisions out there.
Can you explain, just in layman's terms, what their adjustments were?
Well, one, he was coming off of a little, I call it wide action, pretty clean, getting looks. They started top blocking that. we have different coverages and principles when we do top locks. And when we don't do that, they throw you off a rhythm. A couple times he forgot the top lock coverages. That's a waste of possession. That's a second waste of possession. So I got to get him out, talk to him about it, you know, and then see if he's ready to go back.
Chauncey, how tough it is to play the team that came from a loss last night, but play San Antonio, they lost 100 ball, a lot of points for Golden State, and also this brutal team got killed by Sacramento last night. How tough it is to play a team now?
I don't even think about those type of things. I just know that that team is very, very talented, and they have one of the most unguardable players in the league in Kevin, and then they got a lot of shooters around him. So it doesn't matter if they lost last game. They could have won last game. It's still the same team. I don't even think about those things when I'm game planning. I just think about the threats that they have out there.
Chauncey, back to Shane. This has really been trial by fire for him.
Yeah.
And he's obviously had moments like we saw tonight. But in terms of like evaluating him as a player at this stage, like where have you seen the most growth in this month of game action that he's had?
Man, you know what I love most about him is there's no moment that's too big for him. Like he's starting to attack a lot more, as opposed to, for instance, like we run a play and you're supposed to swing it to the weak side. That's just a part of the play, but I'm saying every part of the play is live. So he's doing a better job now of when he comes off of trying to see if he can get to the basket, and then when they cut him off, then swing it, and not just coming off swing it just because it's the play. He's recognizing those things more. I even think he's doing a better job, like defensively, of understanding who he's guarding. He's so green that sometimes he messes up for coverage, but he's so athletic that he gets back into play very quickly. Well, he can do that and do that well, but what happens is when he messes up the coverage, somebody covers for him, and then he runs back, and then we leave that other guy open. So those are the things that he's still trying to understand, which is very understandable.